The system doesn't work, but I do. I want to have a quick little live and talk to my BIPOC community, all right? My Black, Indigenous, people of culture community, all right? So, you know, in the very recent weeks and in the last couple of months, I've been having a lot more conversations about financial wellness, financial literacy. And one of the things that I'm seeing the most of or the lack of in our community is conversations around financial wellness, right? Like we have a bad relationship as a culture with finance, okay? And so the whole purpose of this live is just to kind of address some things or just to look at things differently, right? Now, whether you call yourself a black person, an indigenous person, a person of color, a person of culture, um, Hebrew, Moor, uh, Hoteper, whatever. All right. This video is specifically for us. All right. For the conscious community. Okay. Now, I know people often have a hard time with hearing this message, especially because the history of influencers coming through and just dropping nonsense that is basically of a scammer culture where they profit, right? And you get absolutely nothing. This is not designed to be one of those conversations. All right. This is designed to not just give you a whole bunch of information, but also leave you with an opportunity to develop a skill set. All right. A skill set which will benefit not just yourself, but also your family and your family's family. Okay. This just means that it's an opportunity for us as a culture, as a community of people to actually create some type of plan of action to make progress happen. Okay, so here's the question that I'm posing to you, and I want you to leave a response in the comments and tell me what is your idea, what are your thoughts. Okay, now we hear the question of we need food resources in order to progress, right? We need land and we need access to information. Great. How much is it going to cost in order to put that plan of action into play? Number one, how much will it cost us as a culture, as a community, to create that plan of action? Number two, after we've created that culture, what can we do to retire from that culture? Because that system, not necessarily retire from the culture, but retire from doing the hard work of creating the resources that will continue to perpetuate upon themselves and grow with compound interest, right? To yield even greater profits that take care of not just our children, but our children's children's children. Okay, I want you to think about that. How much do you need to retire from the work that's needed to create that system? All right. Number three, in the event that you're not able to see the realization of that ideal, who do you want to benefit from all your hard work? Do you want it going to the government? Do you want it going to the government? Right? Now, again, people don't have this kind of conversation often, especially in our community, and that needs to change. But what isn't changing or what hasn't changed for a very, very long time is that the vast majority of wealth that is attained by people of culture, black, indigenous, color, Moor, Yehudi, whatever, the one thing that has not changed is that the majority of the wealth attained by these people gets passed to the government because our community as a whole has failed to do its estate planning and make sure that at the very least, for all the hard work that we're doing, we have a plan of action in place that says, in the event that this life of mine ceases to exist, these people shall benefit from my work. These people shall benefit from the work that I put in staying healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, in order to not have to suffer or go through the financial challenges that I have. Right? Now, again, what are the top three questions? If we need to build this thing as a culture, right? For black, indigenous, people of color, people of culture, whatever we want to call ourselves, Hispanic, you know, Caucasian, European, South American, Chinese, whatever. If you're here and you're hearing this you're hearing this question, How much do we need in order to create the culture in the community that thrives? How much? It's got to be a financial number. Number two, how much do we need in order to retire from putting in the work to see that plan of action see fruition? How much do you need to retire from that system in order to not have to worry about finances anymore, right? How much do you need in order to maintain the land that you and your community are acquiring? Because it's going to cost fiat. It's going to cost something. And if you don't think it's going to cost fiat, your fiat is a measurement of your time. Okay? In finances, fiat is a measurement of your time. How much is it going to cost you to be able to retire from that? And number three, in the event that something happens to you and you're not able to see your dream into fruition, who do you want to benefit from the result of your hard work and labor? Who do you want to be protected in the event that you don't get all the resources, all the land, all the benefits to pass on? Who do you want that stuff to go to? All right. So this is, you know, oftentimes we hear a lot of people talk about nation building. We hear them talk about, oh, we need resources. Oh, we need to plant, we need to garden, we need more people healthy. But it all comes down to one thing and one thing only, and it's money. It's capital. It's the resource of energy that is already in current use. Okay, dollars, fiat in any form is the measurement used to attain the resources that sustain our community and way of living. So, whether you want more land, whether you want more resources, whether you want more things of luxury to relax and not have to stress about life, it comes down to a number. And what we have not done is attain or intellectualize or even think about how much we need to make it happen. How much do you need to stop? One day I'm gonna get to the point where someone's gonna be like, "Yeah, I will pay you to stop talking. I will pay you to stop talking about the things that you're passionate about. I will pay you to stop talking about the things that are gonna improve your community." And until that day, I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep talking. And every time you look through my feed and you see some information, you see the content that is in my feed, it has been nothing but to help us as a community attain a certain level of freedom, whether it was freedom from a disease, and now, and more importantly than ever, for the majority of the people that I speak to who say that they can't afford my services or that they can't afford the herbs and the diet plan that will help to save and sustain their life so that way they can enjoy more time with the loved ones, the people that they care about. Do you know how disheartening it is to hear that people can't afford to change their diet a little bit so that way they have a little bit more time with their kids, with their parents? That rips me to shreds. And then all it does is just tell me, well, it's not even the disease that's the problem. It's not the health that's the problem. You need more money. And as a community, we need more money. But we need to talk about money in order to improve and to attract more of those financial fiscal resources to ourselves. If we're not thinking about it, if we're not talking about it, people, and think about this, people think about their debt all day long. That's the reason why they're trading their time for money at a 9 to 5, spending more time away from their children, more time away from the things that they're acquiring, the stuff, all the stuff, right? And they don't even get a chance to enjoy it. So it's just hoarding. It's just gluttony. And that's that's just like overeating. And in this country, think about this. In this country, we suffer more from diseases of excess. People don't have blood sugar deficiencies. They have blood sugar excessive numbers, right? Diabetes, a disease of high sugar in the blood, high cholesterol, a disease where there's too much bad cholesterol. Think about that. Think about that. That should, if we think about that, we're spending more on the things that hurt us and not enough on the things that sustain us. So let's talk about this, all right? I know I may have taken up a lot of your time, and your time is money. So let you get back to making more of it, all right? That's your number one resource. How do you use your time to increase your money? I want to know. Leave a comment in the live chat later. And for those of you who think that this is a conversation that needs to continue to happen, share this freaking video, man. One man, being, whatever you want to call yourself, God, goddess, Hebrew, Moor, Israelite, black, Hispanic, indigenous, people of color, whatever you want to call yourself. But if you have a complexion that resembles something akin to mine, because hey, and I get it, not all skin folk is kinfolk. But if we are all on the same economic ocean and you're waiting for your ship to rise and sail, it's because you got it anchored to the things that you don't want to talk about. Come on. Roll up the anchor. Drop that sail. Let's fair winds and following seas, people. Let's do this. On the currency. On the currency. Let's go.